All right, show and tell time. Even got the gloves on, so none of my hand juice is gonna get on anything. But I did want to show you guys this because I think this is cool, and this is gonna be on the YouTube channel. So if you want to check it out there too, go ahead and click the link in the description. That was a YouTube joke. Anyways, what I'll go over first is we got the owner's manual. Okay, so let me pull that up for you. So it came in this. Okay, I'm gonna go back in there. There's that. That goes there. And this is what it looks like. So it has a Continental logo right there. And then Continental logo right there, and the Continental Division, Ford Motor Company. So this is how it opens. Actually, I should go back here and put this here. This is where all the mileage was noted in all of it. It also comes with this dealer service policy agreement. I was mentioning it was from Porter Motors. I looked into that. That no longer exists, but 2 or 3 of the other dealerships that were during this time are still in existence. They might have just either changed names, but they're still there. So I think that's super cool. I talked to one of the dealers from like a Mercedes store or something like that, but they remembered this place. So I thought that's super cool. And then on the back, it explains the dealer warranty. So that really should have been the front. But yeah, it has all the notes that the previous owners have put in. I'll put this in here. I like that too, where it starts here in the front, right? And then it ends like that in the back. This is what it looks like. If you've ever seen this before. And the pages are super crisp. You know, it's like it's barely used. So it goes through. All the information about it. It has a bunch of cool facts on this page. Where are the facts at? This says where you can get authorized service back in the day. Tons of places. Oh, here it is. So curb weight, type of engine, all that's in there. These are still service places, but yeah, this is a cool facts page. So if you see something online and it's different, this is where it originally came from, right? This has the plate. On my plate, it's, well, this is the one that was already signed or stamped, but there's that one that's in right where, what is it? In the front seat where you could put your own name on it. It's blank. It reminded me of that. You could definitely do that. You can have it printed. Service recommendations page, then index. So that's what's in this thing. Now we're gonna move on to, I feel like this one goes with that. So here is, make sure everything's safe. The Continental sales agreement. So the Porter Motors had to sign specific documentation to be able to even sell these Continentals to begin with, right? And they had to make that agreement with Ford Motor Company. So that's what these are. So there are these typed out letters saying how, you know, they finally get to become a Continental dealer. You know. And then the date back in July of 1955, July 18th. Need to hold it down here. 1955. You know what I should do? I'm gonna get a chair so I can sit down real quick. Because I have to lean over. Let's move this out of the way. There we go. Alrighty. Let's do it like this. Oh, this chair doesn't really go up that high. Anyways. Let's go back over this. Very crisp, nice paper. You know, it was very taken care of very well. And what I like about this is it tells the full story of being able to have the Continental, you know, being able to sell the Continentals there. And then it also has the letter that they are no longer selling them. So it also has like the agreement that they're no longer want to be, they're terminating. So this is the agreement that they're terminating now because that was after 1957 because they're, you know, they lost money, $1,000 on each one that they sold. So this tells the Continental story and just this thin of paper of the rise and fall of it, all in one piece. All right. So if you appreciate history and like history, that's what this is about. So the rise and fall of the Continental brand through the perspective lens of Ford Motors companies. That's what that's about. What else is cool? Here's this thing. It's not just a thing. This is super rare. This is the data book. Okay. So when these were being sold, you know, they had to have certain information about it, right? And now there's that other fact out there where they said they couldn't sell to like gangsters or anything. Just because you had the money for it doesn't mean you could have bought it, right? You had to be vetted. You had to be approved in order to have it. Similar to how they are about like, you know, certain Rolexes and like other luxury brands. So this was the data book for the salespeople to better understand the Mark II and how to talk up or like be confident about selling it and why you should sell it and who this car is for. So it has all these different, you can see where I was bookmarking. I just love reading it and like learning about it. Because you can try to learn it online, but I mean, this has it all right here where this is what they knew. So there's the exterior, the interior, the drivetrain, the chassis, testing and inspections, power unit, equipment options, tons of just like useful information that made you a wise person on the sales floor so that the person buying it felt super informed about everything, right? So that's what this is about. So it's chock full of tons of cool information. And honestly, I think everyone should have access to this. So if we get to, that's a YouTube trick. If you get to, if it gets to like $60,000 bid, I will make a PDF of this for everybody. So everyone can have access to it. You won't have the original copy, but you'll have something close to it. At least you have the information, right? Information is gold. So here is the service manual, which, you know, a lot of people that have these cars, you know, they have this. This is pretty ordinary to come by. Has all the infographics and electrical diagrams, all that. All that's in there. No pages are ripped out. Still in really nice condition. So. Hard copy of that. We also have some other literature. So when I was gifted this by the person that had it for me, who was super nice and super cool, he had personal letters from the last person. I was just checking in on him, seeing how he was enjoying it. And these are Lincoln books that he had around. So they're not necessarily specific to this Continental, the 57 Continental, but they're just super cool that, you know, he wanted to keep Lincoln memorabilia and Continental memorabilia. So they mentioned the 57 Continental in here, or 56, 57 Continental in here. So I get to that page. Yeah, so it's mentioned right there, but this is more like the history of Lincoln in itself, you know. That's the 58, it looks like. So this 56, 57 should be somewhere around here. Where is that at? It's somewhere in here. Hold on, let me sit down real quick. That way I'm not leaning over this camera, sweating on it. It's in here somewhere. I remember it only had a really small part of the page though. And I want to have this video unedited, so you know that it's all in real time, it's all real. Where is it mentioned in this one? I see the 58. The Capri, yes, the Capri was very cool, but I don't see the Return of the Continental. Oh, here it is. Yeah, it's a really small page. There. It mentions it right there. Very cool. But yeah, I thought that was super cool that, you know, the previous owners check up on the new owners, and he gifted me that, so I'm really appreciative. I like hanging on to that. But it's yours once the bids are done. So we went through that. We didn't go through this yet. So this, some people have this. You'll see this on YouTube when they do like the car shows. When you do the car shows, you'll be like, oh, and some people will literally frame these. They'll buy frames for some of the, they're not paintings. They're some of the illustrations that are in this. But this is telling the Continental story. So look at that. Like each one of these are a Continental star, which is super cool that they made it like that. And it looks like a bunch of little stars out there. But yeah, this is a Continental story. So if you've ever seen the YouTube documentary, I can also link that in the comment section on Bring a Trailer. But what this does is it tells you, you know, how this all began to create the 5657. So, and it's very short. You know, it's more like a cool picture book style. But, you know, if you have one of these cars, you like the history just as much as you aesthetically like to look at it and drive it. So this all parallels. So what I've seen, yeah, and what the previous owner told me, like they will like buy these and then cut them out. They'll buy this and cut it out. And then put them in really big frames. You know, they'll frame just this. And they put it through like really rigorous testing. So that was in the documentary that's on YouTube. But yeah, they put it in rain, snow, all of these like really big log things. So the dash looks like. And then it ends here. All right. Very cool. So that also comes with it. So then you can learn about the story outside the documentary that was filmed. And then last but not least, we got this. So this also came with it. This is the vinyl record. Continental Echoes, excuse me, for the car. All right, so this is like a specific soundtrack that was made for this car, which you don't see anymore, you know? And I don't see that many of them online. I'll check right now. I can go get my iPad and look, but the last time I only saw one of these available. So that's super cool. So it has two sides. So that's that, and then that's that. And it's cool how like the wheel goes with, you know, that. You know, that's super cool. So it also comes with it. And this is pretty clean too. It's more memorabilia, so it's not really been, you can tell it hasn't been played that often. Just a little bit dusty, but that's okay. Yeah, I wanted you guys to see that. I'm gonna be uploading like more detailed images or more detailed videos of these things. If you're curious about seeing any of this other stuff, like page by page, that's something I want to do. You know, as the sale progresses, since we only have 1 day left. So as the sale progresses, you'll see more of this stuff out there. The only thing I worry about, honestly, is people being like fraudulent, you know, and like you might see this later on like Facebook Marketplace, you know, that has papers and everything. That's the one thing I worry about downstream, you know. I don't want to be selfish and, you know, just think about myself all the time just for the sale for me. But just keep that in mind, you know, if stuff is released, it's very, you know, time dependent on the specific sale that I'm talking about right now. If you see it later on the internet. But yeah, that's the whole collection in a brief scenario instead of going page by page. Hopefully you get to see all that, and it's something I've been looking at for a really long time, and I kind of took it for granted because I'm like, oh, that's super rare, that's super cool. I've showed other people like, wow, like I've never seen that before, and I was like, yeah, you know, I look at it every day. So that's normal to me, but it's not normal to you guys. So I want to be able to show you that, and you can check it out on the YouTube channel, and you can even check out a lot of other driving videos that I've done in the 57 Continental as well, so I'll link that as well to the comment section. And I hope you have an awesome rest of your day. As I do this sideways. Maybe this is going to be my new like YouTube thing. I'm known as like the orange glove guy. I know there is one guy that does unboxes. He unboxes stuff with like white gloves, but maybe I'll be the orange glove guy. Who knows? Who knows? ASMR? ASMR? Alright. I'll see you guys later. I'll be posting more later tonight. Have a good day. Bye. Oh, happy bidding. Yeah. Keep the bids going.